Okay, let's get this horn switch pad off. There's one screw here. And one here. And of course, there's wires inside. Just pull the wires loose. And horn pad is free. Now the next thing I'm going to do is make sure the steering wheel is straight. There's a mold mark and a tick mark on the side of the column that I always match up. And now I'm going to use a 15/16. I don't know if that's original steering wheel retaining nut or not, but this one is a 15/16. And nut is off. Set it over to the side. And I have the puller. As you can see, just a regular harmonic balancer slash slotted puller. Nothing fancy. And mash the holes up. The center of the spindle. You can get inexpensive steering wheel pullers. Other items. I've had this one for years. It's a harmonic balancer puller, and just an industrial ISO slotted groove puller is what it is. Okay, so I'll go ahead and use a 5/8 wrench on this one, and I just tighten the nut up. I better make another adjustment here. Okay. Hold the steering wheel and give the puller a few turns. There we go. And steering wheel is off. Then we'll just go ahead and remove the puller. Get that out of the way. Okay, now we're down to what we're at. And here's a turn signal cam. As you can see, it's busted in the middle. Right there. Right where this lead goes, you see it spread. So what I have is a replacement turn signal cam from the help section. Actually, I had to order this one. $9.99. And it comes with butt connectors. But I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to, instead of using the butt connectors, I'm actually just going to solder and shrink the leads. That way it'll be no chance of vibration coming apart. It should last for a very long time. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a 1/4 inch nut driver and let's get that out. And while we're at it, you can remove the lever if you want. You don't have to. That's just kind of an optional kind of thing. But for this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and remove the turn signal switch. And I'm going to pull it up. There's 2 screws that hold it in, one on each side of the cam ear. And always, you know, another rule that you need to follow is go ahead and have your battery unhooked. All right, now we got the turn signal switch out. We can see, we can work on it. Take a 1/4-inch nut driver and take this screw out. Okay, this should pop off. And it does. Okay. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is take your cutters and cut these wires back. And get them out of the way. But don't cut them off. It's so short that you can't see where they go, because the new cam, both wires, both leads are the same, and you'll have to remember which one came off which that can be hard sometimes. Okay, now take a utility knife and I'm going to strip back the wires a little bit, as soon as I remember where my utility knife is at. Okay. I know there are wire strippers for that, and I have 3 or 4 different styles of wire strippers, but I always keep coming back to just a utility knife. So there's one, and you don't need to peel it back very much, just a little bit. I'm going to stuff this one through, or I can get it out here, or I can work on it. Then I'll push it back. Okay, now I'll push it back through the bottom of the switch. Just like that. Usually in these turn signal switches, the cam is what goes bad. And it's a whole lot easier just to replace just the cam than it is the whole switch. And I'm just going to untie the wires. And I'm going to get those ready. See, they don't give you very much to work with, so you just kind of got to be real easy with it and be real stingy with how much you strip back. It's not the prettiest solder joint. But my solder, like I said, you have to find a good solder sometimes. It takes some. And now we just stuff the wires back in. Which can be the hard part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reattach the cam back on the pilot that it was mounted on. Make sure the wires are out of the way of any moving parts. There's a zip tie here. You might have to cut it. So you can get the wires back out of the way. This is actually the hardest part. Oops, we have a little bit of insulation that got compromised. Let me fix that with a little bit of tape before I go any farther. It's actually from wrestling with that stupid solder. There's been that Radio Shack solder. I left it at work, so. It's an ugly tape up, but it gets the job done. Okay, now let's get this wire, or the screw, out of the way here. And we're all set to reinstall. Okay, reinstall the screws. And we'll just fold this back down like that. Now, go ahead and thread the turn signal rod back in. Check its operation. No, that's better than it was. And here is the canceller. Okay. Now the next thing we do is hook the battery up and check operation. Okay. Now we just check operation. Okay, we have a left side turn signal. And we have a right side turn signal. And if everything else looks good, then we put the steering wheel back on. We'll check once again. Make sure the horn works. Yeah. I think it grounds. Yeah, okay. I always like to give it a little push, gets it started. Then I start the nut. I don't recommend using an impact on this. Not a good idea. A little bit of a tightening though. I hear a phone somewhere. Oh, I found it. Okay, yeah, try it one more time. Oh yeah, no binding. All right. And right there's the two screws where it attaches. Plug it in with the speed control lead. And snap the ground in. Now, check to see the horn works. Alright, now we start it up and see if the turn signals cancel like they're supposed to. That side cancels. And that side cancels. And we are done. Easy repair, like I said. Oh shoot. Easy repair, just a simple, this was an aftermarket turn signal switch, but the cam worked anyway. And that's cheaper and easier than trying to fish all those wires through the column. It comes with a few other assorted parts that you won't need, but that's it. Turn signal cam installation. And it is almost 8 o'clock. Thank you for watching.